The chair calls Jeri Lynn Scott. Ms. Scott. Please make your way. And once you get set up there, we'll look forward to hearing from you and tell us who you are and who you represent, and then begin your testimony.
How's everyone doing? Holding up?
Great, thank you. How about you?
I'm good. I'm loving all of the testimonies. And so, my name is Jeri Lynn Scott. I'm the Executive Director of Resources for Women, Pregnancy Care Center in San Antonio. And I am representing myself, my unborn child that I lost to abortion, and Resources for Women in support of Senate Bill 9, the Human Life Protection Act. I'm going to admit my age. I'm 54 years old. At the age of 16, I had an abortion. 38 years after my abortion, it still affects all aspects of my life even today. Myself and millions of other post-abortive women have suffered a great loss for far too long. The silent suffering of post-abortion syndrome has stolen far too many women's lives, and it's time to end this suffering for future Texas women. I have spent the last 20 years of my life helping Texas women find healing and hope after their abortion. I have witnessed firsthand the heartache a woman faces and lives with for the rest of her life after she makes her abortion choice. Every year that passes, you calculate what birthday this would be, all the milestones that you miss. For me, my son or daughter would be 38 years old today. Not only have I taken my child's life, but possibly now my grandchildren's life. My abortion has potentially affected 3 generations. I've had to rely on antidepressants to help me cope with my abortion even today. The anxiety from my thoughts of my surgical abortion are overwhelming, and this is not just my story. As a proud Texas woman born and raised, I'm an advocate for all women born and unborn. We must stop killing our future Texans and stand arm in arm to protect the most precious, the most innocent of our great state. I truly believe that women do not want the choice to take the life of their baby. It's been proven that when women are given proper education and resources, the most abortion-determined women will choose life for their unborn baby. I know this because I sit in the room and counsel with them every day. An abortion is the only elective surgery that permanently stops one beating heart and breaks the other. I hope and pray that you will all support all pro-life legislation that has been presented today. Thank you.
Ms. Scott, thank you for sharing your story with us. I think Senator Lucio has a question for you.
Ms. Scott, I don't have a question, but I just can't help but say a word or two to you. Tonight, we want to help you mend your broken heart by telling you that we love you. We appreciate what you've done over the last 2 decades to make a difference to so many young ladies out there. And I want you to know that those listening tonight that are not here, you have won their hearts. So you picked up a lot of hearts tonight, and know that you're well respected for sharing your story, for making sure that you didn't make that mistake again. And even though we look at it as a mistake, you have been forgiven 20 times over, 100 times over, because you now represent what's good in this world. And that's all that's important.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
And you will be, someday, as I mentioned to the witnesses before, you'll meet your child. And
I will.
He or she will embrace you and thank you for being.
May I say one thing? When I have the opportunity to sit across from a woman who is wanting to choose abortion, I just simply share my story with her and all the heartache that I've gone through, because most women don't realize that there's going to be repercussions after they have an abortion. They don't realize that there's going to be sorrow and heartache and regret. And when a woman hears my story, and then 8 or 9 months later I get to hold her baby in my arms, I know God is real. I know God is good. And I just want to thank you all for what you're doing here. And I'm so grateful to live in a pro-life state. So thank you all.
Thank you. Senator Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for sharing your story. But the part of your story that you shared with Senator Lucia was talking about how many women have you counseled?
I can't
Too many to
count.
count.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize what a blessing you have been to each one of those women? Now, you had to go through a tough time to get there, but had you not gone through that tough time, those women would not have gotten the good counsel that they got.
Yes.
You know, I have to think sometimes that God does let us go through some hard times as a lesson, but He has a plan in mind. And I have to believe that His plan was to put you in place to help a whole lot of women. And I thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Ms. Scott, thank you. Thanks for being here.